Right, so basically Harper's yard is complete. I've used the Scalcene's roof tiles because I just like the way they're weathered. I was thinking about cutting them into strips, and I didn't in the end. Just because when you cut them into strips you lose the lines of weathering on them. But so I guess that's kind of a front view or a back view, whatever, however you set the thing up really. I'm just going to turn this round now. As you can see, it's quite dinky. I'll bring that in close. There's the cladding on the side, as I've shown before. And just the last bits to do really. I've got this little roof section that I intend to use. My favourite, if I bring it into shot now, this is my 2000 grit sandpaper. That's the stuff. And I'm just going to cover it in that, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a couple of little struts on it either end, using some sort of plastrut strips that I've got, so that'll just sort of finish that off. But in the meantime, after I switch the camera off here, I am going to go to the cabin and we're going to start on the Helix. So wish me luck, and I'll get back to you. Oh, just before I go on this section, with the Helix, I'm not going to show you me cutting it out, doing this and that. I'll show you at various stages and how I'm going about it, but it would be such a long, boring video, and probably quite funny actually. Because me and my jigsaw do have a love-hate relationship. So anyway, moving on, and I'll be back to you obviously very quickly, but it may be some hours later in reality. Cheers. Right, so welcome back to Underneath the Baseboards again. Right, so far, and it's taken me about an hour and a half to do this, I've put in some more clips up there. They're just gluing into place. They are sticky backs and they're pretty good, but I just put a little dab of PVA on there as well, just to help them really stick, and that seems to work nicely. So once they've cured later today, I'll stick the wiring up there. The rest of my time, which is nearly done my necking, to secure the board, the baseboard, as if you like, for the Helix, I've put in these extra pieces so that I could screw them down. Now, unfortunately, there isn't enough room above to use my drill to screw them down, so I've had to put in these battens underneath. I've done it over there as well, and at the other end, so that that's nice and secure, and it's got a firm base for when the Helix drops down from over there. So yes, surprisingly it took me ages to do that. I thought that was going to be a quick half an hour job, and here we are an hour and a half later, desperate for a cup of tea, because the weather today here in the southeast of England is absolutely stunningly lovely. I think we're up to about 25 degrees today, which is quite nice for here, and by the end of the week I think we're up in the 80s, so very warm for here. So anyway, there we go, that's where we're at. I'll be back to you. Right, okay, so our first problem is, if I get my magic finger through there, right, this support beam that runs right down here and it goes to the floor underneath is in the way. Now, I won't be cutting that out, and I have another cunning plan. I was going for an oval Helix, but I think I can make a circular Helix. I won't need to use the whole of that board now, obviously, but it'll be on the other side that the track will go underneath there, and then it will turn round and go forward I thought I might, actually, I mean the height of it down underneath is not that high. So initially I thought I might need the extra length that an oval would give me to get down, but I don't think I do, if you understand that. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'll move you over to the very unscientific way of building a helix. Okay, so I'm not quite sure how well this is going to come out, but the first circular or half circle section of helix has been marked out very unscientifically. I have a bendy ruler, but what I've done is it's a 5.5 centimetre width for a single track, and all of that, believe it or not, although there's some bits that I've scribbled out where I went slightly wrong, all of it is 5.5 centimetres, give or take half a millimetre. So the next stage is me having a chat with the jigsaw and cutting it out, because if that is pretty successful, I'll just use that as the template, and I'll cut out 3 sections, because I think that's all I'm going to need to get down to the next level. So stick with me and we'll see. Right, amazingly it fits. I've just got to sand down some of the edges, but you know, I'm pretty pleased with it. Some of you may be wondering about the supports, and we'll go on to that at some other point, but I've got 3 more of these to cut out. The chances of me doing it today are slim now, because it's my wedding anniversary tomorrow, so I've got to nip out and go and get some stuff, as you do, otherwise there we go. Okay, so reasonably successful morning's work, I would say. Took a little bit of working out, but it, you know, my very unscientific approach, I don't know, seems to have worked this time. I'll always try and make something work, because I don't like wasting anything. So there we go. So what is going to be the hottest day of the year so far. It's about 10:15 in the morning, 25 degrees I reckon, really hot, and grass is cut, plants are watered, and we're ready to make a start on creating a full circle today. So come and have a look and see how we're going to do it. Right, okay, from John's simple helix tips and techniques. You still don't know how it works yet. All I'm going to do is sort of basically trace around with the pencil and then transpose it over the other side, and we're going to do a full circle. So I'll be back once that's done and cut out. Well, there we go. One circle for the helix. It's been cut over there, as you can see, cut line there. Not a perfect circle, but it's not bad. And you know, with the single track end gauge line coming down there, I think that's going to work. The big telling point is in a minute, once I've had a cup of tea, we're going to put it underneath the layout and see exactly what I'm going to do with it from there. But yeah, it's sure hot work out here. I'm almost down to my pants. Oh, I hope YouTube let that through. Oh dear. Anyway, God, what a horrible sight, horrible thought. Anyway, moving on to my cup of tea, and I'll be back. Right, so here we are underneath the layout, and there it comes down there. Obviously, like I say, that's not quite the gradient. I don't think anything will get up and down there. I don't know, one of the couple of the diesels might. And that's, you know, the full circle underneath there. So I might need to cut out another full circle. I'm not sure yet. It's really difficult to show you, but yeah, there we go. It goes up the top there, and it will come down. Obviously it'll come down and perhaps have another rotation yet, but yeah, that's pretty good. That's kind of made my day, because I was worried about the piece that comes inside the cabin, if I can get my magic finger in there, that piece over there, I wasn't sure whether that was going to fit. What I'm going to have to do is, on this outside edge, is put another piece of board underneath, and it doesn't come outside the range of the baseboard. It's just that I built that board that size for a reason. I can't remember what it was now, but yeah, so I'll just add a piece onto that board. We'll get that braced in, and that should all work particularly boo, he says. So watch this space, and we'll come back with a further update. Whether I'm going to do much more on this today, it's another thing. It's very hot. In fact, being in the cabin is the best place to be. It's nicely insulated. I've got the doors open. It's in the shade of the big oak tree, and it is rather nice in here actually compared with outside. But anyway, there we are. That's what we've got. Back to me. Right, so we've got a little running session going here. Got class 73 with the Budley Regis Salisbury parcels this afternoon. We've got a Waterloo to Exehaven Harbour service, class 33. We've got the Western with a Exehaven Harbour Birmingham freight. And we've got the class 50 with the Cornish Riviera, Paddington to Penzance. So 4 trains running. Nerves are full. They've been running for about 20 minutes. I've had a couple of derailments where they never normally derail, which is quite normal, I guess, when you start filming. But yeah, I thought I'd give it a go. Bit of bad news on the warship. Went to get that going, spent an hour trying to get the chips programmed, or chip programmed. No go. So I tried 2 different types of chips, both brand new. So I got it from Hatton's, phoned them up, spoke to their technical guy there, Mark, who was very helpful, very nice guy, and basically said, just send it back, John. So they'll give you a full refund. There's obviously something wrong with the socket that the VCC pin goes into, chip. So that's where we're at with that. So again, I'm on the lookout for a class 42 warship. Right, well, I hope you've enjoyed this running session this afternoon. Quick turnaround next week. Hopefully I'll have this out for Friday evening. It's Friday now, Friday afternoon. So all being well, I'll get this out. So we'll sort of catch up a bit really with some episodes that I haven't done for a while. And then we'll probably go back to our 2 weekly slot. Having 4 trains running, it's quite nerve-wracking. Class 33 is running well, but it seems to be running quite fast, even though it's not showing that fast on the controller. So it's been a while since I've actually run it, so I might spend some time just running it on its own. So anyway, thanks for watching everybody. Cheers. Good response to the last video, seeing as it's been over a month before since I last posted one. So thanks very much for all your support as usual, and hopefully we'll have some more progress on that Helix next time we come back. Right, cheers everybody.